Okay, so we're here with for lesson 23, Emily Sunday and Denise Dosher. So that's the only question I had was about the X and Y. Which one is the? I get a little confused. I know the X is independent explanatory variable, and it's not affected by what happens to the other variable. The Y is a dependent or response variable, which is affected by what happens with the other variable.
Right.
That's all I know.
And I think the slope is just, like we said, beta 1.
Yeah.
Or that's where it's at.
Yeah, no, I went through and I actually watched the SPSS video. Remember, every time I go into the video, I just watch the 2. But I watched all 3 this time. So, yay.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So, yeah, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Go ahead. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not as of yet. Oh, wow, I need to totally get in here. I'm not even signed in yet.
So I just signed on to the quiz, so take your time. Oh my God, there's 18 questions. No way. Well, there's really 16 because the first 2 don't count. So, yay.
And there's probably just, or we'll plug it into SPSS and then it'll be quick answers.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad, but I always say that, and then I'm like, what? So,
all right, so this is 23, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's 12 weeks and 2 lessons per week, so that's 24 lessons. Right? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry if I clear my throat a lot because my allergies are
you're
good
right
now. How are your kiddos doing? Are they still struggling with them?
They're sick still. They've got nasty green booger. Yeah, yummy.
Hey, I'm a nurse. That does not scare me at all.
Right.
Some of the stuff I've seen probably will scare you.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
You haven't seen gross boogers until you see a patient that's got a trach in their throat and that phlegm that comes up from the sores. So. Anyway.
Probably smells gross too. Just kidding.
Yeah. I hope you don't have to eat after this because I'm killing my appetite.
Yeah, so I'm good. So.
Sorry. All right.
I'll read question 3. The regression equation is y equals b naught and b1, right? X, where b naught and b1 are unknown. What are the null and alternative hypotheses? So these are the equal and not equal, right? Is that right?
Yep.
So C?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I had this one written down. A residual is defined in my notes as difference between the observed value of y and the value that would have been predicted by the regression line expressed as, okay. It's the difference between the observed value of y and the value predicted by the regression line, so it'd be C. Do you agree with that?
Yep. Okay, a plot of residual supports using linear regression when A, the residuals look normally distributed, B, the residuals are all positive, C, you see a megaphone shape in the residuals, D, you see pattern in the residuals. I don't know. I'm just guessing that quickly off my top of my head, but let me go look at my...
Well, the residuals, the plot, the residual plot would not be in a pattern. If it's not in a pattern, then that meets the requirement. So you wouldn't see, when you see no, I don't know the answer. So it wouldn't be megaphone. That would be incorrect. It wouldn't be
a plot of residual.
No.
I swear there's like the variance where it's like, no. Okay, so it says what you hope to see, no megaphone shape. What did that say?
Yeah.
No, so we don't. Okay.
Yeah. Right. There's no pattern. There's no megaphone. It's it's all like scattered is would be normal.
So A, right?
Yeah, I don't know what else it would be. What else
Okay.
makes sense? Okay, for the next
SPSS.
sorry. For the next 8 problems, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
For the next 8 problems, use the data found in math self-efficiency file. Use the confidence variable as the explanatory variable and the score variable as the response. So I'm going to write that down because I will not remember that.
And it was the math self.
Yep.
FSC or whatever. Okay.
FSC. Oh, sorry, I must have read that wrong. I looked at it quickly.
Oh, no, I probably said it wrong. I thought I had a pen around here somewhere.
So the confidence variable is the explanatory variable, and the score would be the response. I'm glad they tell you that. Compute the residuals for the data using software. What statement best describes the residuals? Okay.
So we're doing analyze regression linear. Is this where we're going with this one? Is that right?
We're doing the residual plot, right?
Okay. So that's okay. Yeah. Okay.
Or the wait, I don't know the residuals. Well,
It's kind of all part of the same thing, right? Because you go in to do that, and then when you do that, then you go into the part where you select residuals.
Well, I wrote down for the residual plot, you go to graphs, legacy, scatter, dot. That's if you want to create, yeah. And then define, and then, yeah, it gives you put under standardized residual in the y-axis response variable.
Yeah. Okay, so which one was, sorry, what is it saying again? Huh?
It says the confidence is the explanatory variable.
Confidence.
Yeah, I haven't even pulled up the thing SPSS yet. I'm trying to pull it up. And the score is the response variable. It takes so long to pull the spreadsheet up. I don't even know. It has to go back and forth with 5 different boxes for 10 minutes. I don't know what the... Okay, so we're going to do the graphs, right? Legacy dialogues, scatter dot, and then define, right?
Uh-huh.
Now the y-axis would be the...
Wait.
Right, okay, so explanatory variable is the... Is X, yeah. So confidence would be under the x-axis, and the score would be under the y-axis.
Now, why do you have 2, or does that just stay over there? Confidence rating.
What do you mean, do I have 2?
Let's see. Oh, it's the same thing, never mind.
I just have 1 box that looks like a hot dog.
Let's see.
Is that what you have? It looks like it's mostly in the right upper corner, but it's still... It looks like...
Let's see, sorry. When I moved my confidence rating over, I still had a confidence rating over there on the selection side, so I was a little bit confused, but...
Oh, I didn't see that.
Now it's not doing it, so I don't know why it was doing it at the beginning. Okay, so... You said a hot dog one?
Yeah, I mean, it goes from the lower left straight, a diagonal to the top right.
Oh, there we go.
It's
okay.
mostly concentrated in the top right, but it's... I mean, do you see it? It's a little bit scattered at the bottom, but it still looks like there's... It looks like it's a positive linear regression.
Yeah, I would say. It took it a minute to pop up.
So it says to compute the residuals for the data using software. What statement best describes the residuals? The residuals are between about negative 40 and 25. The residuals form a linear pattern. The residuals are all negative. So would it be B?
That's what I would say, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Based on the QQ plot for these residuals, what can you say about these residuals? So we got to make a QQ plot, right?
Oh, you know what? I think I did the wrong thing. Mine's wrong. I didn't do the unstandardized residual. I think I messed up. Yeah. And then you put unstandardized residual in the y-axis response variable only. So I don't know. I think I screwed that up. Let me do that again.
Okay.
Is that what you did? Did you do the?
Well, I started doing the regression linear and all that, but then I went back and just did the simple plot.
Well, you go under scatter plot, it says, and you go under define, but then you have to, I'm going to move these things back over because it says to do, on my notes, it says if you want to do a residual plot, then you put unstandardized residual. Did I write that down wrong? Oh, you go under options?
Well, you have to do that. If you do that, that's why I was kind of confused. If you do that, you have to start at analyze, regression, linear.
Oh, well, I wrote this down from the notes. So.
And then you can go to statistics, and then the unstandardized is in the save tab, where you go in and you click the predictive values as unstandardized, and then the residual values as unstandardized.
Yeah, I guess this was just an add-on to the regression instructions. I thought it was a separate thing. Sorry.
No, like I think that's fine. Like I think it's okay to do it that way too, because I think you need that information as well. I don't think it gives it to you. I'm gonna have to look when we do it this way and see.
We're gonna do the confidence rating would be the X, right? So you move confidence rating over to the. I don't know which one would be the dependent and independent box. Is what I'm confused about.
The independent would be the explanatory, which would be X.
Oh, that's right. I know that.
The dependent would be the response, which is Y.
I'm sorry. So which one's independent, X or Y? Because I didn't write that down.
X is independent.
That's what I thought. For some reason, I just wrote dependent. So the confidence rating is X, and that would go in this box. So you have the score in the dependent box, and you have the independent as a confidence rating. Is that correct?
Yes. And then you go to statistics.
Yeah.
And estimates should be check marked. Confidence intervals should be check marked. Model fit should be check marked. And then partial correlations.
I don't remember seeing an SPS for this. I guess because I thought I got them all in that thing. So anyway. Huh. Okay.
And then continue and then save.
We don't go to.
And when you go to the save tab, then you have predictive values pulled up, and you do unstandardized, and then the residual ones you do unstandardized.
You do both of them.
And okay, continue, and then okay. That'll give us all our statistic stuff as well, and then underneath that.
And then you do the graphs now.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry. I was like, where's my QQ plots? I gotta go do that. Okay, yeah.
Are you gonna do a scatter plot first?
Yeah, we can do that again. What am I having? So grass, legacy, scatter plot. I wonder if it'll still look the same.
Yeah, and you just have the score under the y-axis and the confidence under x-axis. And then we just hit OK. We don't need to do any options or anything.
I think it still looks the same, yeah. And then kind of, yeah, pretty, yeah.
Yeah,
it looks the same.
For the most part.
And QQ plots under here.
Where's QQ? Oh, that's under
descriptive, right? And explore. Yeah. Oh no, there we are.
Descriptives. Oh no.
Do we go to explore to do that?
That's the only way I know how to get to scatter plots, because, or not scatter. I'm sorry. QQ plot is at the bottom of the descriptive statistics, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I was just wondering though.
Well, actually, it says analyze
What-
descriptive
is
statistics,
that what-
explore.
Explore, and then you go in and you select, so then you do normal plots with test, right? Am I remembering this right?
Yep, normality plots with test. But let me ask you,
And-
so we don't go under QQ plots, we go under explore.
Right.
And then we move, I forget which one's which here. The confidence would be the dependent list. No, that would be the
Okay,
Y.
so we go to the dependent list, and then we move over the unstandardized residual.
Oh, that's right.
Right? Is that right?
Yes, I forgot about that.
And
Yeah.
that's all that we. Is that all that we do? Right?
Yeah. Is the understand the residual is the last one? Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we go under plots and check normality plots with tests.
Right. And that's all, right?
That's all I have written down. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I don't have that written down. I was just trying to remember.
I had it written some things down the wrong order.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So the the normal QQ plot is normal,
Mm-hmm.
and the residual plot is not normal because it's in a pattern, right? Would you say it's in a pattern? I mean, it kind of comes up in like a. I mean, most of the things.
Goes up and then it's like.
Yeah, it's like a mountain looking thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like.
So going back to the requirements. What I have? Oh my gosh. See, I thought I understood this better, but when I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my gosh.
The residuals are. Would you say fairly normal?
I would say they're not normal because the
Points
residuals.
are close to the line.
I thought residuals were only normal. Can you hold on for 1 second? Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Hey, I'm taking my math test online. Are you going to bed? Okay. Sleep well. I love you too. Thanks. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Okay, so I'm confused because I thought residual plot. I thought a residual plot. Is this the same thing as residual plot, or is this just a QQ plot we're looking at? I'm confused.
Because we're looking at. Hold on. It says based on the QQ plot for these residuals. So the QQ plot I think is fairly normal, but the residual one. Let's see.
Well, this is not. Well.
So we need to make a residual still. Like we haven't made a residual plot yet. That's the one that's like all spaced apart. The QQ plot, when we look at that, I think it looks fine because it's really close to the line. But
that's
hopefully I'm not wrong.
No, I think you're right because I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's not the residual plot. It's a QQ plot of unstandardized residual. So if we go under what I wrote down for residual plot was graphs, legacy dialogue, scatter dot, define, and then you put under standardized residual in the y-axis only, and it'll give you a residual plot. And I don't know if I wrote everything down, but that's what I wrote.
When we go where? I was trying to find it on my notes here.
On my notes, I took notes I wrote down for what he showed us on the SPS, the video, and it said to do a residual plot, you can do one scatter plot, and then the residual plot you do, you go to graphs.
Oh, don't you double click on it? Or no, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I just wrote this one. This is exactly what I wrote down. Graphs, legacy dialogue, scatter dot, define, put unstandardized residual in the y-axis box, and that will give you your residual box.
Okay.
So unstandardized residual.
Oh, yeah, because now we created that, so now we have that to put in there. Okay, yeah. All right.
So you move the unstandardized residual to the y-axis, the response
Right.
box.
Right.
And then I think you hit OK. You can't hit OK because it doesn't give you the option to hit OK. That's weird. I can go back and watch the video real quick, but that's all I wrote down because I copied it right from what he did. So let me see if there's anything else here. I'm confused. Let me see options. No. Huh.
Maybe we need to reset it.
I'm sorry. Reset. I was gonna. Do you mind if I just watch that video real quick? Because I oh, what the frick.
Yeah,
I watched the video. I wrote down exactly what he told us on the video. So I'm confused. So.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just looking at my homework here, see if I wrote anything. And I think we still need the head link or the X. I think we could do that, but I think we need the X still.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong thing. What do you think we?
So I think we move that to the Y, but I think we still need score. What was the dependent again? Was that score?
Yep. I'm actually on the video right now watching the residual thing. Can I let you know in just a minute?
Yeah.
That's showing competence.
Let's see.
Okay. This is telling me here now. So. There we go. Oh, okay. That's what I did. Okay. All right. I know what I did wrong. Are you there?
Uh-huh.
So what I did wrong was he didn't just put one thing in. Obviously, you can't do that. But he took the response variable out and put the unstandardized residual in place of it, and just left the X1 alone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that what you just did? So, yeah. So I don't know why I was thinking that. But,
no, I was kind of thinking that too for some reason. That's weird.
Yep. So,
but maybe it was just because when we did do it, we just moved the one and we didn't think about the other one because we just left it.
Well, the way I wrote it down just shows one, and I didn't just replace this variable, leave the other one alone. I didn't do that. So, which is weird because I copy everything. So it's not right. What am I doing? So grass legacy dialogues, scatter dot, define. So the X is going to say confidence, right? And then the Y, we're going to take the score out. And we're going to put unstandardized residual. Is that correct?
So did I do that wrong?
I don't know. What do you have in your boxes?
So I had score. Score is what we take out?
Well, yeah, what he's saying is that for the y-axis, you want to remove what's in the y-axis box and replace it with the
Oh, you're
unstandardized
right.
residual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the score
And
was
leave
up
the
there.
x-axis alone. So
Yep.
the y-axis should be unstandardized residual, and the x-axis should be confidence rating.
Okay. Yep.
So let's see what it gave us. And that will give you the residual plot. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's any pattern there that you see?
It looks like it should look. What was the question on it?
You know, it's been so long ago. I looked at the question. I don't know.
Okay. So the question actually is just asking us which of the 5 assumptions about linear regression are satisfied by the data that we created. So I'll read.
Wait, which
let's
question
see.
are you on? I thought we were on question 7.
8, because 7 was the QQ plot, right?
I haven't gone back to the test since then, so it just says that.
Oh, okay. So the residuals are fairly normal.
Fairly normal. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I have not been back to the test since I've been messing around with that SPSS. So sorry. Okay. So question 8.
Oh, you're fine. So this would be, there's a linear relationship between X and Y. Is that one of them? Yes. So A.
Yeah. I wrote this down, but it's like I look at my notes and I can't. I'm like, where did I write? Am I missing a paper? I'm missing a paper or something. Oh, here you go.
And then another one is the error term is normally distributed. Is that one of the ones?
It just says you would expect to see points in the QQ plot are close to the line, which is true. Right?
QQ.
Yeah, remember the QQ plot that we did was normal. It was all close to the line.
So is that the residuals are normally distributed? Is that the one?
That's for the normal error term. Isn't that what we just brought up? The residuals are, I don't know, the variance of the error term is constant for all values of X.
So that is true. So that one, right?
I guess that's true. Is that what that means? Error term is constant. That means that they're close to the line. Okay, so the third one, the residuals are normally distributed because there's no pattern. Is that right?
Right.
That's what I'm understanding, but I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
The X values are measured without error.
Yep, that's one of them. And the observations are independent.
Well, how do we know that?
Because that's always the case, right? If the others are, isn't that right? Because it says here in my notes, it says the X's are fixed and measured without error. In other words, the X's can be considered as known constants. And it says...
Yep. Oh, observations are independent, number 5. Yes, sorry. Cannot be checked directly.
Right. Was that all of them? Is that how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
So that's right?
Yeah.
All of them?
That's what I got.
Okay.
Okay. So what is it? B1.
Okay. So back to our statistics stuff, right?
Yep. So let me plot here.
Let me go back to my homework. I just have to double check. I did this right.
Okay. So we go to the coefficients box and we use the bottom lower level when it says confidence rating mean for all your information. You don't use the top row, correct?
The
bottom.
Coefficient one, right?
Right, but there's 2 lines with information.
Right.
We use the bottom one. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so the T-score is, are you getting 12.424?
I'll go back here again. 12.424. Yes. Is that what the B?
0.
Oh, you're just writing stuff down. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not the B1. Because they're going to ask for the lower bounds, the confidence interval, and all that. Because I looked ahead. So the lower bound would be 10.674, and the upper bound is 14.715.
Yes.
And the 0.728 would be the correlation or the R, right?
Yes.
And then under unstandardized, wouldn't the 18.690 and the 12, those are the B naught and the B1s, correct? But I can't remember which one's which.
Right, let me look at my homework and see what Okay, so I got the upper lower bounds on the homework. I didn't ask for the...
I didn't ask for the, yeah.
I didn't ask for it, but I know he talked about that.
I have to go back and look at my notes from, my notes are upstairs, oh crap, from the last lesson. Ah.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, so I can't remember, there was the first line, B, is that the B0?
Well,
I can't remember which one's which.
If we think about it, so let's see. So B1 would be the slope, which is the x. So the y would be the... So what one was the y? Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. The y was the...
From what it told us?
Confidence rating mean...
The
was the x, right? So I think x is 12.695.
Are you there?
I'm here now, yeah.
Okay, so I just went back to last lesson and it shows an actual example of the spreadsheet. The top number under unstandardized would be the B naught and the one lower would be the B1.
Okay, yeah, so the B1 is the X variable, right?
Right,
And
but no, I mean, not talking about that at all. Under that,
Yeah.
the box, the first number is B naught, the second one's B1.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so the B naught would be the 18.690.
Yes.
And then the 12. I mean, I'm just, and I didn't mean to cut you short, but you can't tell by this box, or I don't know what X or Y would be other than understanding that information, right? And understanding the B naught and the B1.
Because what it's called, like confidence rating, was when we put it in the box, we put it in as the X. I don't know if that's related or not, but when we put it in the box to do the figuring for it, wasn't the confidence rating mean the X and then the... I don't know. I don't want to get us all confused, but
well, yeah. I mean, to me, I don't know that makes a difference to answer this question. I think the more information I have, the more it's confusing me. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just know in this box, those are the answers for those two things. Like, I'm not trying not understand it, but I don't know that we need to know that for that answer, but.
No. Yeah. No.
I think I'm just getting more, I'm just trying not to be confused, which is hard for me.
No, you're good. You're good.
So, okay. So I'm going to go answer. So B1 would be the 12.695.
Uh-huh. Now construct the, oops.
I do have a question though, because he showed us on the spreadsheet how to do a confidence interval, but it's already on there. Like, I think does it walk you through it specifically on how to do a confidence interval? Am I confused?
To solve for it?
Oh, no. Okay. It just talks about it. Okay. I thought for some reason he gave us instructions on the SPSS, but never mind. I'm just losing my mind.
And then we already constructed that, right? Oh, never mind. Okay.
It's already on
just
there,
reading. Yeah.
That's what I did too. I was like, do we need to construct that? I'm like, yeah, it's already there.
So 10, or the lower one is the 10.6 674.
Yep. And the upper bound is, what did you get? 14.715?
Yes.
So question 12, based on the evidence and using level of significance of A, which is 0.05, what decision would you make regarding the hypothesis for B1? So the p-value is 0, is less than 0.05. I wrote this down so I can remember.
So it's about the okay, this one's a little bit different.
No, it's the same thing, you know.
Is it C?
Yeah, is it, if it's less than, then we reject, right?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, the Benadryl's starting to kick in. I can't read the paper. Reject the null, yes.
Yes. Perfect. And then there is sufficient evidence to conclude that the slope of the regression line is, remember this,
not. Well,
not
because
zero.
if we're rejecting the null hypothesis, that means it wouldn't be equal to 0. It'd be not equal to 0, right?
Right.
That's what I'm, is that right?
Wait, let me think about it. Okay. Reject it. So it is not equal to 0.
So it would be, are you getting D?
I think so. I hope.
Well, because,
yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to understand it. So if we reject it, then it is not equal to 0. Because the
null hypothesis is equal to 0. So if we reject the null hypothesis, then it can't be equal to 0 because we're rejecting it.
So it would make it equal because it would not be. Okay.
It wouldn't be equal.
Yes, so it's so confusing. No, it's just, don't listen to me. I'm confusing.
No, so, well, I'm just making sure I'm right, because sometimes I'm like, I feel so sure and I'm so wrong. So I don't want to mess this up, but the way I look at it is if you're rejecting the null hypothesis and you're rejecting what it's saying. So if it says it's equal to 0 and you're going to reject that, then you're saying it's not equal. Does that make sense?
Right.
Is that right?
Because then you're saying it's the...
Right, you're saying you're rejecting the null hypothesis. If you're saying the null hypothesis is equal to 0 and you're saying, no, I'm going to reject that, then what's left is the alternative, right? That's not?
Right. What's left is the alternative, but we're saying there's sufficient evidence that we reject it.
To include the slope of, yeah.
So it would not be equal.
Right, so you're supporting
That's right.
evidence. Yeah, you're supporting evidence that you're rejecting the null hypothesis. Right.
Right. I'm going to say D, but if not, then we know it's B.
Oh, the sky is beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Let's do the square. Let's see if I can you hold your computer over to it? I can't see it.
I had a hard time seeing it too because my headphones stopped me. Somebody put a door here. And there's a big drop off.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's probably like 15 feet to the concrete.
And there's a door? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were going to put stairs there. I never did. So it's a glass door. Can you see the sunset now?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah. That's Antelope Island right there.
Okay, yeah.
I hope Brother Wilcox enjoys that scene if he watches this video.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need, for this data, which variable is a dependent variable? Oh my God. Are we supposed to know that? What?
Yeah, it is. I know this one. It's the body. Body length.
I looked over the homework. I didn't do the actual spreadsheet, but I looked over it. Because I'm a loser.
No, you're not. Determine the margin of error for the 95% confidence interval. So we would take is this the homework we've already done? Is this the same thing? Did I already do this?
Yeah. Well, how do you know that just for terminology, how do you know that the you said the body length was a dependent variable. Is that because
based on so the
body length would be dependent on what the x variable is, right? That's what it says. The dependent response variable is affected by what happens to the other variable.
So the head length would predict the body length.
Right, so that's predictor. Right, so the predictor is what will, yeah, and then the response variable would be the body length because it's responding to what the head length is predicting. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's not coming out right.
So this is what we did on the homework, because if it is, I've got the stuff here. So the lower bound is 6.704. The upper bound is 8.096.
I'm sorry, what is it, lower bounds? I can do it.
6.704.
Did you do the margin of error? We can figure that out. What's the upper bound? Oh, I could figure it out.
8.096. Gosh, I need to make this bigger. I can't see.
We can do that. So the margin of error would be the, oh crap, I want to grab my phone.
So 8.096. How do we do it again?
You subtract and then you divide by 2.
Subtract the upper from the lower?
Subtract the lower from the upper, so it'd be 8.096 minus the lower, 6.704 divided by 2.
So 0.696?
That's what I got, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, and then the lower was 6.704. And the upper was 8.096.
So 18. Based on your lower bound, upper bound from the last 2 problems, what can you say about the slope, the true slope?
Okay.
Oh, I wrote this down, the confidence. I have to say the 95% confidence. I wrote that down exactly how they want you to word it.
So A, right?
Says, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's not exactly how they worded it, but yeah, sure. But it's
well, I know
not
for
chance.
sure it's not chance. We know that's never chance.
And then, never C.
And then C is a different question, right, altogether?
Yeah.
Answered to, so.
Yep.
All right, should we submit it here?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. Wish us luck. Come on. Passing score. Look at 80.56.
Oh dear. Huh.
Yeah. I don't think that, well, question, what did you get for 17? The upper bound?
Yeah. Let me look at this again.
You got the lower bound right, but the margin of error was wrong because upper bound's wrong. Unless I wrote it down.
Okay, so 8.096.
8.096 is incorrect.
Okay. Well, I was just going off the homework, so maybe it's different.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have the spreadsheet pulled up. We'll do that. And then question 6 was wrong. The residuals form a linear pattern. Huh.
So which one was wrong?
6. 6, 8. Yeah, 6 was wrong. 8 was wrong. And then 15 and 17.
So I'm wondering if are the residuals, hold on, maybe
well, residuals are supposed to have no pattern to them, no megaphone or no pattern that I am understanding, so I don't know. don't know if I'm right about that. That's what I remember. Are you still there?
Again.
Oh, okay, no, I didn't know if the thing shut off again. Got too quiet.
Is that? Huh. I don't know the answer to that one. I'm wondering if it's the negative. I wonder if it's A, but.
For which one? I'm sorry. 6?
For 6.
I'll just write down the answers real quick. So I can go back and retake it. I think I'm going to go back and look at the plot, and maybe it is between the negative 40 and 25, because it's not, I don't think there's anything else, so it'd have to be A, I would think. 5,
yeah, because it can't all be negative. Residual.
Okay, so let me, I'm going to go work on this last one. Okay, so that last one that you said from the homework, I'm going to do that one.
Yeah, sorry, I thought it was the same as the homework, but maybe it's a little different. I don't know.
Well, it has to be, because you got one of the questions right. The lower bound was correct. So maybe it's copied down the lower upper bound, or whatever, the upper bound incorrectly or something. I don't know.
Well, I
okay.
actually just did a screen. I did a screenshot. Oh, okay. What was it asking for again? No, that's what I have.
Upper bound was 8.09.
What's the confidence interval? Is it 95%? I'm just curious.
I believe so. I'm not on that screen. But I'm going to see. So for this crocodile one, the body length would be the dependent variable. And would the head length be the independent? Is that what we...
Uh-huh. I think, unless it's... Oh, shoot. Sorry. Wait. Did I miss? Okay. No. Body length's the dependent. Okay, yeah. Oh, but what does it say here? Head length was used to predict body length. Head length was used to predict body length. Yeah. 95% confidence interval. I don't know. I think it's a different SPSS because it's modified.
Sorry, I lost you and I just came back on. What did you say?
I'm thinking that it's a little bit different than what the homework was because it's modified.
Okay.
The data is modified, so I don't think it's exactly the same.
That's fine. I'm going now to do it. So I'm under the spreadsheet now. Independent box is body length, and the head length is independent. And I went under save and did the unstandardized boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hit OK. And then this stupid box keeps off centering. I have to keep adjusting it. So there's no confidence interval in this one. You have to go and create it, right? Or no? Is there a confidence interval?
It should automatically already be.
I don't think I checked something off right then. So you go into regression, right? Linear. Yeah, I think I did this right. Okay. Click on statistics. I didn't do the confidence interval, sorry. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Click on correlation. I didn't do before. Click on save. I did save. So, yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, so so the confidence interval.
That's weird. Did you get a different lower bound?
Yes.
And our lower bound was right?
I don't know. Maybe, you know, it has like a half a point. Maybe I didn't look at it right. I don't know. Let me write this down first before I get out of it. So the lower bound, are you getting 7.218 for the lower bound?
Yeah, but our question 16 was right. It's weird.
But the upper bound is 8.103?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know what to do now.
That is so weird. I don't know. That's why I was like, how could you have the one right if the other one's like completely off? I don't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so let me go back down here. And
So let's get that.
oh God, yeah, that's really crazy. I don't know.
Is that weird? Because now it's like, do we subtract 6.704 or do we subtract 7.
Oh my God. Yeah, the chance of us getting that wrong. I mean, if we get that wrong, we need to talk to him because that's not making sense. But so you went under, did the same thing I did. We got the same answers. So I don't know why it would be. Of course, the margin of error is going to be different. I mean, what do we use for the margin of error? Because if they're saying the lower bound's this, do we use what's on the computer or do we use what's on the spreadsheet?
I have no idea. That's why I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, God. That's so weird. So what's different between what they're asking and what the homework is asking?
I don't know unless it was a different, like, unless they switched it or something as far as the information's a little different than, because it was modified. But I think it's the same thing, isn't it? Because the homework didn't ask you to change anything. Looking at it here.
Excuse me.
Body length, head length, 95. What's going on? Understand? I don't get this. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't get it.
I wonder if we went in and put in even the lower bound, the upper bound is the ones we just got, and then put in the margin of error, if it would take it or if it would make it wrong. I don't know. That's so weird. Why is that question right? Oh, God, it doesn't make any sense. And we could get out of this and do it again, but I mean, we got the same thing, so I don't know. I think.
Why did I get different on the homework then? I don't understand. Happened. I mean, I know I did it right on the homework because it was, when I checked it compared it to the answer key, it was right. So it's.
You think anybody else posted about that?
I haven't checked. Oh, it's because on the homework it's different data. It's not modified. It's Gharial crocodile's data. It doesn't say modified.
Well, this is a different one. This is the estuarian crocodile.
Right. So it's different, but that's weird.
I don't know why. I don't know.
That's weird.
That's very odd.
Okay, but I would go off of what we just got. Yeah. And if we miss the lower bound, then
we can address it.
That's wrong. Yeah. Like we should have missed it probably.
That's so weird. So the confidence interval or the margin of error, are you getting 0.443?
Hold on, I didn't plug it in yet. Probably, yeah. Okay, 8.103. 8.103 minus 7.218 divided by 2. 0. Is that what you said?
I rounded it to 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So for the margin of error, I'm going to put that in. The lower bound is.
Oh, lost you. Hi.
There you are. I don't see your picture. I can see your. I don't see your face.
You can't see me?
Nope.
Oh, you're not missing much.
Wow.
So let's see. So the upper bound's the 8.103. 8.103. The lower bound is the 7.218. The margin of error is 0.443. 14 is B. 15 is D. 12 is C. 11. 15.715. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking that was our homework, and I was like, oh, we don't have to figure it. It's right here.
Yeah, that would be nice. Well, it got one answer right.
That's odd. Yeah, I don't get that.
So
down just in case. No.
Yeah, well, I did. I had it written down. But 8, we missed 8. So
all right.
Could it be 1, 2, 3? The fourth one down. X values are measured without error. It says X's should be measured accurately and precisely. They're known constants. It cannot be checked directly. So can we say that's true?
Well, I see one on there that says that X's are fixed and measured without error. So what was that one?
D. I didn't write that down. Where'd you write that down from? Because I didn't see.
So they had like a table or whatever printed out with the 5 requirements and what makes them, what's the requirement and how do you check it, that kind of a thing.
I wrote it down word for word. I thought I just put X's should be measured accurately and precisely. And then on 5, it says knowing the value of one of the X, Y's tells you nothing about the other points. And under how to check, it says cannot be checked directly. I thought I copied that down.
Yeah, I don't know. So I wrote, or I didn't write, I just copy and pasted the X's are fixed and measured without error. In other words, the X's can be considered as known constants.
Yeah, I have that written down. Okay.
Okay.
So that one's
cannot
right.
be checked directly. X's should, okay, so that one's okay. Yeah.
The observations are independent, which it says that. The residuals are normally distributed.
That one we weren't, that was kind of an iffy one, right? Is that right?
Yeah. You know, on the video, Brother Cromar kept saying that, you know, he would look at one of those, you know, scatter plots or the residual plots. He's like, well, that's not too bad. But what does that mean?
Yeah.
Did you watch those videos? I don't know what that means. Anyway,
yeah.
So I think A is correct, right? B.
B, this is what it said. The variance of the error terms is constant for all values of X.
Yeah, I got that too. So it'd have to be C, the unchecked C, yeah. So it'd be all but C. Yeah, I didn't know the instrument. Okay. All right, and that's for 8.
Yep.
And then 6 is another one we're going to fix.
6.
6 is A. I went back and looked at the residual plot.
And is that it?
Yeah, it starts at -40 at the bottom.
Okay.
And then up to the top, to the vertical Y, it's like 20 is the last number, but there's 1 dot above that. So I would think it would be.
Okay.
Yeah. So So that makes sense to me.
Okay.
All
right.
Let's see what we can
Do it again.
Oh my gosh.
Group meeting quiz.
Don't do the homework one now.
Yeah, I don't want to do
I'm
that
so
yet.
bad about that. I like to take a lot of the homework quizzes without studying for them. I'm kidding. My favorite thing to do. My favorite. Okay, so.
Oh, why didn't I write all these down? Are you there?
Are you there?
Hey, that was a long one.
Well, I went back to see if you're there, and I kept answering questions. And I went back and had to click on it. And
I have a question too, because I don't know why. I just answered all the way through 6. So what did we put on 4 again?
I wrote down C. What is it?
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but it's like, oh gosh, I can't remember that. And then 5 was A. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. I was like, crap, I don't know what those are.
You're like, Denise, where's Denise? Yeah.
I'm like, I could figure this out again, but I don't want to put the brain power into it.
I hope my computer doesn't die. My charger's upstairs, and it's looking kind of battery too low.
Well, if it does, afterwards, have a good night.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll post it. So my computer, as soon as I plug it back in, it comes right on. But
oh, okay.
All right, doing the lower bound. I hope these lower bounds and stuff are right. That's going to really not make me happy.
I know. That was really weird. I don't understand that.
Makes 2 of us. Might be an answer for it, but I don't know what that would be. Okay. So 18's A. 7.2, 0.443. 14's B. 13's C. 12's C. 10.6. 12.695. C. 7. 6 is A. C. 3 is C. Okay. All right, I'm gonna. Did you submit yours yet?
No, sorry, I'm slow.
No, you're fine. You're not slow.
16.
We still missed one question.
No way. Was it one of those ones? Weird if it is.
No, those are all right. Those are all right.
Oh, really?
Isn't that weird? What do we miss here?
Upper.
I don't see it yet. It's still question 8. 8's still wrong. So it's a 94, still an A, but it's 94.44 with one question missed. So if you can figure out 8, good luck. I don't know what it is. Everything makes sense. What we,
A.
Are you planning on doing the quiz right after? I can't because I took Benadryl.
No, I'm not. No way.
I'll do a lot of stupid stuff. I'll be like, I'll pick this one.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I have every answer that you have except for the one that you read to me. I didn't write that down at all. The one about I know X's are known constants, but I don't see it can be measured or whatever the answer was. I didn't see that on my homework anywhere. So I don't know.
Which, the one that said fixed and measured without error?
Well, I wrote down that they're measured I wrote down X's should be measured accurately and precisely, but I didn't write down that. I wrote down everything I have that you answered on that is on my homework, except for that one thing that's written down. It's not on my homework. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't know where I read that. I don't know where I don't know why I didn't write that down. So if you can figure out 8, I'm done. I took my quiz already, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I just be different on it?
Well, that's what I'm not sure about. What would I do different? We could look at it again and see if there's something else we can.
The term is constant for all values of X. I don't understand. Given which of the 5 assumptions about linear regression are satisfied by this data?
Well, you're going to get it wrong anyway, so you might as well take a guess and see.
I'm just curious. Well, I guess we'll know after tonight what the answer is, huh? I'm just curious.
Why do you say that?
Because after it's posted, then it will show us the correct answers, won't it? Tomorrow?
Oh, I don't know. Does it do that? I didn't know that.
I thought so. I thought you could go back and look at it.
Oh, don't go back. Let me go back and look on the homework real quick just because.
Did I write down these? I thought I just said refer to homework table for the 5 requirements.
Come on, my computer's driving me crazy. Don't drive me crazy.
I just want to know what the answer, not that I'll just go ahead and submit mine, but I just want to know because that's weird. Because I was pretty positive that had.
Computer's a pain in my behind. Come on, computer. What time for all this?
All right, requirement. Linear.
Do you see that box? The box on the homework lesson shows that's exactly what I wrote down, but I don't see that, so I want to find it.
X's are known constants. It's on the answer key for the
homework.
The homework, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. The X's are fixed and measured without error. In other words, the X's can be considered as known constants. X's are known constants. So
it also says for the normal error term, that answer also talk about that on the homework key.
Uh-huh.
Let me go down the bottom, look at them. I have no idea. Now we did get it wrong the first time, right? We didn't just imagine that.
We didn't say the X's are fixed. It just says the X values are measured without error. So it's not word for word.
That's what I was asking about because I didn't get that. But I don't know, like you said, if you saw that on you said you saw it on the homework key though, right? The answer key shows that.
Yeah, but it says the X's are fixed. and measured without error. But on the quiz, it says the X values are measured without error. It doesn't say fixed. I don't know if that makes a difference. Probably.
Yeah. Well, we could try it and check it and see. I mean, that's up to you, whatever you want to do.
I'll just submit it, but I'm betting that is probably because it didn't say it was fixed. I don't want to get, I'm not going to get an extra point just because that's not what we, so.
That's fine. I mean, if you want to uncheck it and see if it's right, that way,
I'll check it tomorrow and see what it says. But that's my guess. I mean, if out of all of them, that's the only one that's worded slightly differently than right there.
Yeah.
So, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to look and see. I need to go back and look still. I wanted to check that one we took a while back.